Halloween tonight, and the title of this Halloween poetry reading is The Field of Nightmares. What's the use of living when everyone else you know is dead? This was kind of to this little guy who recording. It's called Last One in the Honey. I gave the little boy his first taste of honey and he loved it. He thought he was eating cotton candy. He couldn't get enough of it, and he felt the wind as he watched the bees swarm around the flowers of the meadow. I pointed to the bees and said to him, "That is where honey comes from." He smelled the way that little boys sometimes do, and then he laughed. "You're crazy," he said. "I know where you got this. You got it at the candy store." It was a misconception any little boy might make. The Voice of Many Sounds for M.L. McIntosh. There are places we hide our fears early in the morning as the sun comes up over the hills and the full moon disappears. Those thoughts remembered still quite near as we walk the meadow towards a far-off woods surrounded by many flowers, growing there when time begins to fade across 100 years we lost somewhere, but we never knew quite where. This is titled Betrayed to M.L. McIntosh again. That's a girl actually, by the way. She's a writer. The sin stalking our hearts with all that is blind. Wake her up with thunder and lightning before she runs away like a frightened child of a tuneless tomorrow. For there can be no beauty without great sorrow. And in the end, we all fall into the abyss of lost love like death and pointless decay. If only I could have had her for one more day, I could have told her how much I truly loved her. But death has its own way with tomorrows. This is titled Captive Audience, and it's for H.C. Plato. I need a bedtime story. Could you write one on your old manual typewriter and then read it to me? And it would be nice if you could put a monster in it and a pretty girl running away from the thought police. You can be the scientist. There always has to be a scientist in the story and a writer. This is called Etta Apple. My dad used to always call one of my nieces Etta Apple because her name was Etta.
Oh yeah, Etta Apple.
He goes, Etta Apple. So this is titled Etta Apple. Etta is a nice girl. She holds my head while she talks to me, a bloody axe in her other hand. She's my niece, and she's always good to me. My father always called her Etta Apple, but I never knew quite why. Destiny's Fear. You notice how I mumble? Destiny's Fear. Can you help me read my book? I lost my eyes a long time ago in that old bookstore, and it's hard for me to turn the pages back to where I was before, and I don't know why, but they don't make books anymore. I thought that was strange, but I've been lost before. No title. If I look at the stars in the sky, I will die. Sometimes I feel a little lost and haunted as I hide in a corner of my condo, all alone and writing little poems.
Sounds a little sad.
A little sad? I tell you, that's what you feel these days with the world becoming like it is, hiding away in a condo in the corner. I feel that way quite a lot anymore. And I used to be all outgoing. Now I don't want anybody to know where I'm at. And if you become famous, everybody wants to kill you, so
There's
no fame anymore.
Coming at you in every direction.
Poor John Lennon.
What about me? 50,000, almost 59,000 people know me.
The spider rain. Spider webs catch the wind. Soon to be pushes falling with the rain. How strange. The spiders looking for food where they fall in beautiful meadows over lawns. Morning haunts. Suddenly tired, I wake up from my morning nap. I think everyone should take a morning nap and have a few haunting dreams about how the sun can dance, because you know it can. It doesn't dance like you or me, and it's hardly a new dance. The music you hear comes from trees, shaking the leaves in the wind. Sometimes our thoughts disperse but somehow they always seem to come back. You know, there are still many mysteries we don't understand. Why does the sun always return? It doesn't have to if it doesn't want to. For some reason, it must love us as much as we love it.
That's pretty
Profound.
haunting.
Well, now, Auntie,
Haunting.
what is Halloween? Hide your eyes and say goodnight. It is time for someone else to die. Ooh.
kinda
Let's move
violent.
on. I
Why
dove
is it
into
so
deep
violent?
possibilities.
This might
I wasn't
continue
going to
on.
wear anything. If I did, I thought I'd scare everyone. You want me to read that again? I wasn't going to wear anything.
No,
If I did,
Ashton said,
I thought
Ashton
I'd
It's
scare
said,
not allowed.
everyone.
If,
Well, I
if it's
think he
too
did.
violent, it's not allowed on YouTube because you might get
What now?
he
demonetized.
said you might get demonetized.
Am I getting in trouble?
Yeah, this video might get deleted.
Not
Joey's
really.
never been deleted yet.
No, like the video.
Never.
Someone said I was
Because
old and needed a
Never
lighting
had any
bug.
violent stuff.
He's not violent.
Do you believe this one? Someone said I was old. I wonder who said that. Someone said I was old.
You're older than me.
Someone said I was old.
Keyword old.
Who said
And
that?
needed a lighting bug so I
Everyone
could
ever.
find my way home. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but I found it hard to find enough lighting bugs for the job.
I love that. Put
Well, I'm
that
glad
away for
somebody
me.
does.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Read it again.
Stop
Joey.
talking.
How dare she sleep away her existence? This isn't sleepaway camp for little boys and girls. Or is it?
I'm a grown-up adult now.
I'm sure I won't go down.
I'm 10. I'm an adult.
She will survive on a piece of paper until I get time to kill her in one of my nightmares. She was never a good
skin
girl,
silent.
always so bad. And only a few readers will miss her. The monsters who read, or maybe I should say the few monsters who read, the most dangerous monsters, the smart monsters who loved her as if she was real and wanted to breathe.
I love
Mom, you read,
that.
and your
Outer
face
space.
is monster like.
Shh, this is Joey's read.
Do-do-do-do. Outer space and outer space, outer space and outer space. You shouldn't be surprised we did it on Earth first. No, all outer space and haven't much time. And you know, it's a disease, not a crime.
We live in outer space.
I love the macabre so much more now since I finally learned how to spell it. That actually is based on because I didn't know. It's actually it's macabre. Let's read that again. I love the
macabre.
macabre. I always thought it was macabre. It's
How long is this
macabre.
recording gonna take?
It's macabre.
No, it's
How long
not.
is this recording gonna
It's
take?
gonna take a long time.
How
Actually,
long?
there's
As long as
actually
we want.
it actually tells you how to pronounce it
Only been
on
7
the
minutes.
internet. I always thought it was the macabre. That's how.
Macabre.
No, the all e is pronounced in
Who
that.
says that?
It's on the internet. It has to be true. it has to be true. I love the macabre. That's what I always thought. I love the macabre so much more now since I finally learned how to spell it.
I can take over. if you're
Oh,
ready.
how
Yeah,
long are we
pronounce
gonna
it.
At
record?
least another hour.
Killer clowns.
We're not recording an hour.
Killing clowns and crawling eyeballs.
I'm kidding.
You must know by now that that's what I love. And of course, you, when you hold my hand and take me to the promised land, it doesn't get much better than that. With everything that is in this world, it just doesn't.
I guess it's gonna take 40
man.
minutes to record.
17 will get you to all. Woods written on the autumn leaves. For true or more. I wonder who's that?
True or more? What?
17 will get you to all. Woods written on the autumn
Oh, it
leaves.
was the one.
For true or more. Your brain power is at
My
up its
sister.
peak this year. You best use it for the ultimate good, for the universe and humanity.
I love this.
And for all the little toads in the big pond of life, you may dissect them at your leisure. And play with electric. Dance towards the outer limits along our very outer core of existence. And remember to be kind and not to kill people, at least not very often. And most of all, read and write, as if your very life depended upon it, because it does more than you're ever divine. Make that your passion, your very reason for living. And throw balls at refrigerators, but only when you are mad with a mad love for clowns in cages and little boys in cages. and don't run from the police after jumping into puddles after it's been raining. That is probably the most important thing of all, except for combing your hair in the morning. That was the True Mourner's 17th book.
That was so good.
How
All right,
long
wait, I think we need to pause.
No, how? Okay,
This
pause
is
the.
titled Dark
Hold on,
Valley.
pause the recording.
Pause.
Don't say the next thingy.
We're having a
The old
break.
eyes. Being an old man isn't easy as it looks. You can't see anything, and you can't dance like you did when you were young and so alive, and you often fall down, and it takes so long to get back up. You remember things that never happened. You never remember things that happened. It's a real bitch, I can tell you that. You don't want to be an old man. All your plans will disappear in the mist, and death is getting very close, and you keep seeing ghosts, and all you want to do is sleep with the TV on, the old eyes too. Then you decide that nothing else matters. That's the last nail, and somehow you know it. The old eyes hold many secrets, and you know that very soon they will be gone. This is the last poem that I'm going to read. Tomorrow in an eye. It needs something else, some more warmth for one thing. Tomorrow in an eye. A moment near the sky. Maybe you and I, in the sun beyond the tide. A thought in every Easter basket, in the meadow where we often hide. Possibly the reason why we have to die. The many eyes we left behind, and the monsters we love, though we don't know the reason why. They swim along the noonday tide with swans that mate for life. That's the end of my Halloween poetry reading. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank
Happy
you very
Halloween.
much.
Bye. Happy Halloween.